Hey everybody, it's Brian Loans. First off, I want to thank Mucar for sponsoring today's video, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of their 892BT scan tool. This thing is pretty awesome. I am a guy who likes to wrench on my own stuff here at home, whether that's fixing the family car, helping out a neighbor, whatever. And I am not a master mechanic, and there are times when I chase parts around that I should not be chasing around because I'm not exactly the world's best diagnostic guy when it comes to issues. So as it turns out, we have a 2009 Escape that has a misfire and is refusing to take throttle input. And thankfully, the timing on this could have been better because I'm going to use the Mucar 892BT to diagnose this problem and hopefully save me time and money in the repair. Now, the big deal about the 892 is that this is a tool that can do various incredible functions, whether you want to look at trouble codes, whether you want to clear codes, whether you want to do live kind of diagnostic checks on various systems and functions. There are hundreds of models that are covered by this unit, and it has an AI assistant, which is really cool. I'm actually going to use that AI assistant, at least I hope to, use the AI assistant in the course of the repair that I plan on doing with this Ford Escape. The other thing about this Mucar unit that is awesome is that once you buy it, there is no subscription fee and it will continually be updated over the air. So you get it connected to wireless, which I have done to my wireless network at my house, and we're going to take it and employ it in the repair of this '09 Ford Escape. You have a great carrying case. It is a tablet, an Android-style tablet that the unit is based on. It has this neat, very handy kind of kickstand. Your OBD2 scanner attaches to the back of it with a magnetic connection, which is perfect. You're not going to lose it. And the whole thing is very robust. It has these kind of bumpers on it as well to help protect the unit on the rough and tumble life that it can live in a garage. You can generate reports, you can print, you can share these things via the internet. If you want to email a customer with what you've discovered wrong with their vehicle to show them what needs to be repaired, you can do all of that. And for me as a home mechanic, it's simply going to be a tool that allows me to zero in on a problem that I know the car has, but I don't necessarily know what it is. In my normal kind of existence, with this thing having a big bad misfire like it does, I'm going to think it's the ignition off the top. I'm going to find out what this tells me to start with before I go buying parts to make sure I get the right stuff the first time. So the 892BT, it is so far so good. I've been messing around with it here in my office, just kind of getting the lay of the land. Now it's time to put it to work out in the garage and see if I can A, get a good diagnostic out of it, and B, use its AI assistant to give me a little bit more information as I go through the process of the repair. Let's get to it. All right, since I've taken you through some of the features of the Mucar 892, we get to see it in action. So the subject vehicle here is a 2009 Ford Escape, reliable, good transportation. Unfortunately, this thing has developed a weird problem. During the middle of a drive, the throttle stopped taking any sort of input. You could push all the way to the floor. The car would basically just stay at idle, and the engine is misfiring very badly. So what could be a critical problem or could be a small problem, not 100% sure, but that's where the beauty of this tool comes in. If you're a guy like me that likes to work on his stuff at home, chasing parts can get very expensive very quickly. So rather than run to the parts store and buy stuff that I think I might need, I'm hoping that the 892 can actually tell me what I do need and diagnose this problem. So it's a real world test. This car is actually malfunctioning right now. This guy is going to tell us hopefully what the problem is, and we can use the AI for some solutions as well. Let me take you through how to use it. All right, so first things first, we're going to disconnect our nice wireless OBD2 connector. We're going to find our OBD2 port and attach it. See, we got the green light down there, which is a good sign. Now we're going to go to our auto search function, hit enter. We can see the unit is connecting. So now we see the VIN scan happening. This is going to take just a moment as the vehicle is scanned through all of its various modules. I am connected to the wireless network of my house. All right, so now that we've had the scan completed, we're going to go to the auto search, and we're going to set as the directions tell us, put the ignition into the on position. Not going to start the car, just go to on, click OK. So as the information loads, we have the correct vehicle found, 3-liter Ford Escape. Vehicle information is correct. This vehicle does not have factory navigation. So now it's loading the vehicle data. very quick. So we can do a couple of things here. We can do a high-speed scan, a system scan. We can select all. I'm going to select all just to have the entire vehicle scanned to see what's going on. I'm going to choose to scan. And we can see now it's going through the various, there we go. So it's finding various faults. Tire pressure sensor, which this car does have a malfunctioning or dead tire pressure sensor, I should say. Instrument cluster faults. And now this is the big one right there that we just saw, which is going to be the throttle actuator control system is stuck off, and the throttle actuator control throttle body. So this makes sense that it's a throttle body issue, and we can see as we went through the rest of the other modules that it works. So now let's go, because this is clearly the problem. It's thrown us this code. We'll go to the AI assistant here for this guy and see what we get. So now we get to see what the AI assistant is telling us here. What the definition of that code is: the symptoms: lacks engine power, hesitation, yes, rough idle, that's the misfire, and the check engine light, which is illuminated, and the limp mode activation, which absolutely is what's going on here. So we can now go to the guidance. We can check the circuit system. We can check the component. So let's go to component test. This will give us our, maintenance guidelines and things to. They'll actually reference it'll reference the part itself. If you don't know what the part actually is, we can skip that. And it'll give us our kind of component test, what we need to do to test this particular part to make sure that is the problem. So because I am going to trust the process here, I'm going to see how well this tool works. I'm actually going to get myself a throttle body for this thing, replace it, and see what we come up with. Okay, so I've gone to the parts store. This is the throttle body, and thankfully this is a really easy job on basically any car, modern car anyway, which is what you're going to be scanning with this tool with OBD2. So you can see the throttle body here. It's a 4-bolt installation, which is going to make it nice and easy. And I have secured myself a nice Ford Motorcraft replacement, about $20, $130. The good news for me is if this works right, I'm not going to be chasing parts or hunting things around, so it should be pretty quick. Let's get to it. Okay, so with the new throttle body installed, the next thing we got to do is go back to the 892 and have the thing scanned again to see if it's still throwing a code or if this in fact was the solve to the problem. Okay, now that we have the throttle body replaced, that job is done. We're going to go back and scan the PCM, and hopefully we're not going to see that code again. And I'm going to do a choose to scan here rather than do the whole car again. I'm just going to go choose to scan. Okay, so this is interesting. It's the OBD2 system readiness test incomplete. Now, that's a code that we didn't have before. So, what is the deal here? Did we fix the problem or not fix the problem? That is the major question. Here's where we go to our AI assistant. And this is the beauty of the AI assistant here. Now, one of the neat things about this unit is that it is going to receive constant updates that are not going to be a cost to you. This is going to be updated over and over again, and you don't have to pay anything after you buy the unit initially. So, the definition of that code: OBD system readiness test incomplete. Symptoms: no content available. So let's go to the guidance, and this is where this kind of goes to the next level. We go to maintenance guidance. So what is it going to tell us? Do we have to replace more parts? The answer is we do not. The P1000 is not a fault code, but indicates the vehicle's OBD system has not completed all readiness tests. Simply drive the vehicle through a complete drive cycle under normal operating conditions. Once completed, the code will clear automatically. So our job here is done, and it's done in a very simple fashion, straightforward fashion. I didn't have to chase parts. I didn't start by fixing a misfire that one would initially believe might be an ignition problem or something of that nature. It was all tied in to the throttle body. I'm going to take the car for a ride. This OBD system readiness test will clear itself, and we are back on the road with a minimal amount of downtime and way less searching or guessing than I would have had to do otherwise. So there you have it. I think it's a great unit to have at home. I think this thing would pay for itself in like 2 repairs if you get to save time and parts that you don't need, and certainly hunting for problems that you're having a problem diagnosing. So I like it. I like the AI function of it, and the fact that the over-the-air updates that will continue to come into this at no additional cost make it a great unit if you got a shop, or if you're a home mechanic like me. This thing is invaluable. And there's a bunch of functions in here you can dive into as well if you want to do some kind of interesting special functions. We can look at the powertrain. We can run different tests for misfire, and again, this is I guess an important test that we could have run. Start the engine, press OK. So this is giving us the information. Now we're going to go OK. Start the engine, press OK, which I just did. And it's going to graph out all the cylinders. This is a 6-cylinder engine. It's looking at RPM. It's looking at the acceleration values. It's looking at potential misfire. It's looking at the kind of specs, if you will, on the misfire test. And it is obviously happening in real time. So if I rev the engine, you will see it move the numbers around. Pretty awesome stuff there. And again, one of the many functions you can look at here. Engine power balance monitoring. And again, this is all happening in real time. So these are things you can use as, basically a real-time check as the engine's running. This is going to give us RPM. It's going to give us each individual cylinder to make sure that the cylinders are, kind of carrying their weight as I bring the revs up. You can see that line moving around. We don't see any major deviations, so it means that the cylinders are all doing their job the way they should. You can record this if you want to save it. If you're diagnosing somebody's car and want to show them the evidence of what needs to be repaired, it's amazing. Let's go to the relative compression test. So we put our parking brake on, as it says, apply neutral, boom, and then go to OK. So in this case, we want the engine switch to key on. We're going to press the throttle pedal all the way to the floor and hold it, which I'm doing right now. Now it says crank the engine for 10 seconds or until the test is complete. And again, we can see the relative compression shows a difference of 0% between the cylinders, which means, again, we have equal compression on all 6 cylinders. The engine itself is healthy and functioning the way it should. It's a really fun tool. If you're a gearhead, you can dive into this thing and do all different types of checks, whether it's body, chassis, steering, braking. It's all in here. So definitely impressive to me. Certainly something I'm going to continue to use in the future. Super easy to use, intuitive, and the AI assistant is something that's going to help you in repairs and making those repairs efficiently, getting it done, and getting your car back on the road. So the final verdict for me on the 892BT, definite 2 thumbs up right here for everything I was able to experience, whether it was the very quick diagnostic action, the accuracy of the diagnosis, the fact that it allowed me to make a 10-minute repair and not have to hunt down or chase down problems, and the idea that the AI assistant is right there. The updates that will continue over the air for this tool are amazing, and it does not require a subscription. That's a big deal because a lot of these tools do. Whether you're a home wrench, whether you're a pro, whether you're a semi-pro, whatever you are, the Mucar 892BT, at least in my experience, definitely worth the investment, certainly accurate, in my experience, again, very positive.